Hey there, so I wanted to talk a little bit about how right now, if you are renting, it actually may be cheaper to break your lease and buy a home. And this is why. The market has a cyclical world that it lives in every year. It has a cyclical experience. And so let's just go over that right now. So in January, let's just say our starting point is right here. What we know is that the market increases January, February, March, April, and then somewhere in between April and May, the market peaks at its highest point for the year. So the most expensive time to buy is in the spring. Then as the market starts to taper off for the summer, July 4th, we tend to see a pretty large taper for the year. And then after July, then August comes, September, October, we may have a little bit of bump, and then it continues to go down for the rest of the year. We always end higher than what we started the market with, but August through December is really the time for a buyer to buy. And this is because the market typically drops 3%, give or take 3%, to what we had in the spring. And so if we were purchasing a home that was $500,000 right now, then what we would find is if your seller waited your buyer waited to buy once their lease is up. Let's say that their lease is up maybe just before the spring, at the spring, then they're finding that they're gonna have to pay about 3% more for that home than what they paid here, which is about $15,000. And I'll tell you what, it's probably a lot cheaper to break a lease than it is to pay another $15,000. Now let's say that your buyer is looking to wait a whole year. Like maybe they just renewed their lease a few months ago, maybe they just renewed in August, and they're like, well, I'm gonna buy in August of next year. That's okay, they're still gambling by buying later than buying now. And the reason because of that is interest rates are so low right now. So interest rates are around 3.5%. We've never seen this before, which means we're probably not going to continue to see this. And so I'm advising my buyers that if you really are looking to save money, getting out of your lease may be the best option for you, because you're going to spend a couple $1,000s to save hundreds of thousands of dollars just off of your interest rate. Now the crazy thing is, for every 0.1% of an interest rate increase, you're looking at $30,000 to $60,000 more over the lifetime of your loan. So that means that even interest rates raise 0.1% this next year, that they're paying $30,000 to $60,000 more over the lifetime of their loan. Getting out of their loan isn't going to cost them $30,000 to $60,000. So what we're finding is getting out of our loan is actually the most cost-effective way to be a buyer today. And I'll tell you what, interest rates are going to rise in more than 0.1% in the next year, just based upon what has happened in the past. We're probably not going to hang out here for very much longer. So I would highly advise my buyers right now, today is the day to buy, because we're in a slower market and we have interest rates lower than we've ever had before. So we're saving $30,000 to $60,000 just in interest if it moves just even a 0.1%, and then we're saving another $15,000 with price increase. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.